What's going on, guys? Tilo's Cards here. Today, going through part one of kind of a two-part mail day. That's going to be split into two videos because of how huge this mail day is. This is actually a few weeks stacking cards. I think 2 weeks of stuff coming in. So I think only one card I had come in was sold, and I don't have it. I dropped it off this morning. It was a Kyle Pitts RPA from Panini 1 out of 5. Really nice card. Had a logo patch in the bottom, so cool one to have, but I'm not a Falcons guy, as you can see in the Saints in the background. But let's get right into it. Gonna split it up into two, being Saints mainly in the first one here. That's why I got the Olave ticket back there, the cracked ice. So let's get right into these, and the rest of the mail day will be probably posted next week with some quarterbacks and stuff of other teams that I may or may not move. So getting into it first, it's a stack of Kamara stuff, and one non-Kamara in the back that I bought together from a guy off eBay. I messaged him on Instagram. May have overpaid. This is right around the time Saints were playing really well. Kamara had like 6 touchdowns already, so I've had these for a good bit of time. I don't think I've gone through them before. If I have, you guys get to see them again. But first off, the Blue Wave rookie auto. This is out of 149. I've had this like 2 or 3 times. Happy to have it back at a pretty good price, I think. So I think I paid for this stack $360 total. This card goes for about like 80 to probably 80 to 100 right now, honestly, depending on who buys it. So, counting this one for about 1/4 of the total cost, and then getting into some other ones here. So it kind of goes from nicest to least nice in this stack. So the Red Power out of 49 rookie, Prism rookie. That is the only auto in the stack. So this one, again, probably in the 50 to 100 range right now, in that area. You got the Purple Ice, and you guys know I'm not a big auto guy. I'm not a big non-auto guy, but all of these at one time, buying them all, went ahead and did it. So again, that was out of 49. This is out of 75. Purple Ice, there. This is the green scope. A lot of these scopes have it's not a print line, but a non-print line where it kind of, it's a skip in the pattern. This one looks really nice and doesn't have that, so happy to have it. This is the out of 99. Next up is the Blue Wave. This one similarly too has a lot of those lines too. This one doesn't have it. So the Blue Wave out of 149, non-auto. Never had these two before, so you guys see them both here. This is the out of 199 and then out of 275. It's the light blue Prism and the orange. So happy to have all those. And then finally, he had this one on the eBay too. I know Michael Thomas isn't a Saint anymore, sadly, but he is an all-time Saint, all-time great wide receiver. If he could have stayed healthy, obviously, I think he's a top 10 receiver ever. So, cool one, though. Prism, this is the Prism rookie out of 25, the camo. Never had this one before. He had it listed for like $20, so figured to throw it in the stack. $360 total. I'm happy with it. It's, now that the Saints are playing kind of poorly, he's still playing really well, but probably paying pretty close to like 90 to 85 to 90% on this stuff. But again, for some PC stuff that I don't plan on moving, unless I can find some PSA 10 versions, happy to have these. Get into some really nice Olave stuff now, as he's really the only Saint that's not Kamara that's worth collecting at the moment. But this one's my favorite, obviously, and you guys will see why. But saw this one pop up on eBay. It had sold in the offseason for a just crazy good price. I missed out on it. It was a best offer, so I saw this guy listed it and had to pick it up. I did have to pay the eBay fees, but look at that. So impeccable, favorite set. It does have some whiting on the edge over here, like most of these do. But it's got the Saints logo patch from the jersey and the Saints helmet patch. I mean, that kind of like the Kamara I have. If you guys saw that in my Kamara collection video, very similar to it, although it's the glove patch with the Adidas. But I mean, this is insane. It just doesn't get much better. It's the out of 10. The only thing I don't like about this card is the green parallel to it. Don't know why they do that for the nice ones, but very grateful to have it. Definitely don't plan on moving this one ever. Paid probably I think it was around 160 total. Might have been 170 total off eBay. So again, very grateful to have this one. Beautiful card. Will not be leaving the collection. Unfortunately, I don't think it's worth grading just because of that edge wear, but in terms of corners for impeccable, it doesn't look too bad. So we'll see in the future, but again, very grateful to have this one. This is the biggest card of the pickups, and I didn't really order these well, but Olave Midnight National Treasures RPA. This is the true Midnight out of 20. It says new auto there, CO12. PSA 910. Popped up on Instagram from a guy, Low Pop Card Shop. I don't know if you guys follow him or not. Saw it in a story sale. Made an offer, had to pick it up. It was a decent price. Probably like, I think I paid like 88% of the comp on this, but he's not having the best year. He just got hurt with that concussion this past Sunday, right on the first play of the game. But when Carr's back and he's back, they will be balling out. And he's on a bunch of lists as like the best separator in the league in terms of wide receivers that start. So he has all the tools, great route runner, great receiver, can catch the ball really well and can run after the catch too. So again, very grateful to have this one. Another one I don't plan to move. It's a beautiful card. I've never had a Midnight before. Actually, maybe go and pick up another Midnight that I'll have in a future video. It's coming from Canada, so it'll take a little bit, but I mean, just a beautiful card here. I have the true RPA that I'm actually trying to sell now that I bought the Midnight. Kind of weird that they have different pictures. I didn't even notice that, but again, beautiful card here on the Midnight. Hoping to find a Stars and Stripes to pair with it at some point. But again, very grateful to have this one. Auto looks great in that white spot. I like the way they designed this one. So again, beautiful card there. I think I paid, by the way, $470 on this. I think the last comp was like $530 on the 910, and then like another $500 or so. One hasn't sold in a while, but again, they just don't pop up often. And also, National Treasures graded in 910. Very grateful for that. Next up, I bought these as a lot for, I want to say $415 total. I'm going to start off with the back one first here. Olave Spectra RPA. This is the neon blue out of 60. Yep, out of 60 there. It's not jersey number, unfortunately, 16, but PSA 10. This is a Pop 2, which is super nice for an out of 60 parallel. Of course, it's Spectra, again, kind of like Impeccable. They just don't grade very well, so didn't really know how to value this because it doesn't have a sale. So I kind of based the deal off the next card and put this at around like 150-ish value, maybe a little bit less than that, like 100 to 150-ish for the main star of the show. And you guys see I have the ice in the back. This is the ticket stub out of 12. Obviously, that goes to jersey number PSA 10 as well. So this is also a Pop 2 on card. Great auto. It's better than the ice auto there. Could have been a 1010 for sure. And I'm not usually a ticket stub collector. I don't really care for them. I don't think I've only had one ticket stub from Contenders before and moved it, but the way it's kind of like a platinum parallel over the ticket shiny parts in there, and the way they did this too. I mean, the fact that this gets a 10, I just thought it was special. So again, I paid $415 for both. This does, I think, have a comp on the horizontal version, which is always cheaper, around like $310. So paying $415 for both of these, I thought was a pretty decent deal. Worked it out on Facebook and very happy to make it. So these are some huge Olaves that I was not planning to pick up. It was kind of, a sudden like, hey, I want to pick up a lot of nice Olaves because he was balling out. I thought he was going to do really well. And again, he's a PC. I think they'll re-sign him. So happy to have these again. Definitely my favorite here on the Impeccable again. So let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite out of this lot? Did I overpay on this lot? That's the kind of thing I'm kind of most worried about right now because it was a kind of like an impulse message to the guy to see what he'd do on all of these together. And I thought it was reasonable, but it's I think it's 8 cards total, and I just don't know if I ended up paying too much because he threw a round number out, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. So what do you guys think? I'm going to post the next mail day probably next week with the remaining stuff that I'm fixing to go through right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you on the next one.